What's that, tea? Take it away. Poison, I never touch it. Give me some port.
Sir.
The only possible thing for gout, port. Now then, have you located my nephew yet?
No, sir. It is to be assumed that Mr. Jonathan is still on holiday, sir.
But he started in May. It's now September. He's missing the partridges.
Well, he'd do that anyhow, sir. Mr. Jonathan is never happy with a gun in his hand, sir.
Nor is anybody else who gets within half a mile of him.
Your correspondence might convey some indication of his whereabouts, sir.
Well, I can't read them without my glasses, can I? Has anybody found them yet? Ah, Toynbee. Nobody told me you got here. Where have you been?
In the library.
In the library? You won't find my nephew in the library.
No, I didn't, but I found your glasses.
Where were
In
they?
a French novel. Not a very nice novel.
Just a minute. Where are you going with that? Are you giving a party or something?
No, sir.
Kidneys? Who are they for?
Mr. Jonathan's feeling a bit peckish, sir.
Mr. Jonathan, where is he?
In the coach house, sir.
In the coach. What's he doing there?
He's working on his contraption, sir.
What do you mean, scouring all over the countryside for my nephew when he's in the coach house all the time?
I looked for him there on the 31st out.
Today is the 4th inst. Take that back to the house at once. Now, look here. You get down there. You're my lawyer. You tell him if he doesn't report at Tibbs & Co. tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I shall disinherit him.
Very good, sir.
Get on. At the double! At the double!
Mr. Tibbs! Mr. Tibbs!
Ah, dear Mr. Toynbee.
Your uncle is instructed that you be at the office of Tibbs & Company at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Otherwise, you'll be disinherited. I have here a document dealing with the financial position of the company. This is scarcely the place to give you all the details, but I'm to advise you that Tibbs & Company is on the verge of bankruptcy.
Oh, my dear sir, how are you? You don't want to bother with Tibbs & Company and verges of bankruptcy and all that nonsense. Here, take a look at my latest invention. It's going to make us all a fortune.
What is it meant to be?
What is it meant to be? Mr. Toynbee. Sir, allow me to enlighten you. This is a horseless carriage.
What's the use of a carriage without a horse?
Oh, I will demonstrate. Now, watch closely. So far, I've only managed to make it go up and down. But if ever I should succeed in making it go to and from, just think what that'll mean. However, I've made a few adjustments, and this may do the trick. Watch. It's quite safe, Mr. Toynbee. You can come back, sir. It's perfectly all right, Mr. Toynbee. It's safe as houses. Why, I'll wager you that I'll drive to the office in that tomorrow morning, nice and early, when it's quiet. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. Tibbs.
Ah, Mr. Tibbs, this is a pleasure.
My dear old Mason, how are you?
I'm very good,
Has
sir.
Mr. Toynbee arrived yet?
No, sir, but he is expected.
I say, what the devil's this?
The gun is a Derringer, sir.
What?
A Derringer.
Good heavens. Looks like a funny little pop pistol to me.
Ah, yes, it may be small, but believe me, sir, it's highly dangerous. Do you know, sir, a gun exactly like this was used to assassinate Abraham Lincoln.
You amaze me.
Yes, indeed, sir.
What's all this sort of contraption?
Well, the attachment is a device that we're developing, sir, for gentlemen who might like to stroll around darkest Africa or somewhere, wearing a gun which will not cause an unsightly bulge in a well-cut suit.
Ah, I say, that's a perfectly splendid idea, eh? Well, how's it work, old Mason?
May I demonstrate?
Oh,
sir?
please do. You know, I'm a bit of an inventor myself.
Well, you see, sir, it's fixed to the arm. The gun is held in place by a spring until the muscle is flexed. And then it is propelled forward into the hand.
Well, go on, show me. It doesn't seem to work very well, does it, eh?
I'm afraid it isn't quite perfected.
Good morning, Jones.
Ah,
Morning.
you're late.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Toynbee. So nice to see you, sir. Do sit down. Isn't it another lovely day?
Now, perhaps in quiet, clean, peaceful surroundings, we can discuss the financial situation.
Yes, well, never mind the financial situation for the moment. Since yesterday, I've been doing a spot of thinking.
You surprise me.
You know, family tradition, responsibility, and all that nonsense.
Do you mean to say you're willing to enter the firm?
Well, you're probably right. Who'd want a horseless carriage anyway?
Mr. Tibbs, I congratulate you on your decision. You'll never regret it.
Thank you. Now, my dear Mr. Toynbee, my very dear Mr. Toynbee, what, in your considered opinion, is the quickest way to put this firm back on its feet?
I've never given it much thought, but I suggest that I'd say sell more guns.
Exactly. Now, I don't know much about business and all that sort of thing, but it seems to me that if you want to sell anything, you must take that thing, whatever it is, to the place where it's mostly in demand.
Very logical.
Good. Now, I read in my Times that they're having a spot of trouble in the West. I mean the American West. Apparently there's some frightful female there called Jessie James. She's shooting at everyone.
Are you proposing to take our guns to the colonies?
Well, they haven't been colonies for some time.
Once a colony, always a colony. And mark my words, one of these days they'll realize their mistake and beg to be taken back.
Yeah.
But to me, the place for a proprietor is within the four walls of his own establishment.
But don't you see, my dear old Toynbee, I could sell more guns there in one day than the firm has sold since the old boy started it in 1605.
America, of course. Coming in contact with Tibbs guns. One of the finer things of life. Might well raise the level of the whole country.
The point is that the place to sell Tibbs guns is in the Wild West, and that's where I'm going.
Have a drink.
No, really.
Ah, come on, partner. Have
Thank
a
you,
drink.
thank you. No, thank you. Excuse me. Do you mind?
Of course not. Sir, I am the inventor of the Wainwright cure-all liniment.
Will it cure him?
I think he's applied some internally. That's great stuff, you know. It even makes hair grow.
Oh, well, I have plenty of hair, thank you.
Yeah, but you could lose it. We're going through Indian country.
You don't say.
Oh, here you are, partner. I thought you ran out on me. Come on,
I think I'd better have a little drop. It might quieten it.
Excuse me. You going to Deadwood?
No fractured jaw.
Ain't anybody ever told you about that?
About what?
Well, the Bucks T Ranch and the Lazy S started a range war over the water rights.
Really?
Brother, ain't you ever seen a range war?
No, I can't say I have.
Well, if you get in between the Box T and the Lazy S, you're sure dead. You see, the Box T men are out to kill the Lazy S men every chance they get. That is, unless the Lazy S men get to the Box T men first. And they're both out to kill a stranger in case he's on the other side.
Well, as I don't propose to align myself with either faction, I shouldn't have any difficulty. Anyway, sir, if what you say is true, it should be a splendid place to sell guns.
Come on, have a drink. Come on.
No, thank you. Boy, you're a brave man.
No, sir, I'm not brave. I intend to mind my own business, that's all. Should an unforeseen situation develop, a firm hand. That's what's needed always, a firm hand. You mark my words.
Those what next up on us.
Engines! I'd hoped to catch a glimpse of some while I was here. There we are, bouncing along. Hold on to your hat.
It's not my hat that worries me, it's my head.
You think they're hostile? Oh, heavens. Well, it's ridiculous. Why doesn't somebody talk to them about this sort of thing?
Nobody who gets near enough to talk ever lives long enough to say anything.
My grandfather Digby were here, he'd have those savages eating out of his hand in no time.
Eating out of it or eating it?
There never was a savage who could look that man in the eye. Put down a rebellion in Karachi single-handed, my grandfather did. Savages, cease firing! You know, I feel very strongly about this. Somebody should definitely have a word with these natives.
Well, if you can remember what your grandfather Digby said, I beg of you.
Any of you fellas got a gun? You better save the last bullet for yourselves.
Can't just sit here waiting to be turned into mincemeat. My word. Well, don't suppose I'm half the man that Grandfather Digby was, but I'll have a word with our fine feathered friend. Driver, wait here.
Afraid it's the last time we're going to see that Englishman.
Bogenbouw. Steek me snel naar Sonja.
I don't understand a word you're talking about. Come along, sir. Get on your feet. Now, listen to me, my good man. That coach was traveling at a legal rate on a public highway. Your interference is not only unjustified, it's positively dangerous. I won't make an issue of the fact that I happen to be a British subject, because your attack upon these American citizens is equally unwarranted. Now, take this rather silly-looking hatchet and trot along home. There's a good chap. No hard feelings? Splendid. Good day, sir.
You seen what I seen?
I think I seen.
Kiwi! Kiwi!
Why, that tenderfoot Englishman drove off all them redskins single-hand.
Ain't nobody gonna believe us. Looking at him.
Well, gentlemen, I think that little incident calls for a nice cup of tea, don't you? Driver, stop at the first place en route.
Injuns! Injuns! Redskins! Duck, everybody, duck! Injuns! Duck, everybody!
Relax, my friend.
Redskins! Just past the cemetery. Filled up a bit since I was here last. That's Frank's Jaw just ahead.
Have a good trip.
Engines, eh? What did you run into them? Other side of Table Rock. Well, it's a good thing they didn't have guns. Were there many of them? About 50, I guess. Sure thought we were goners. How'd you get away?
Man, was we lucky. I wouldn't give a plug nickel for our chances when they just up and chased off. One man done it, this here passenger.
Single-handed.
Him.
Him? Isn't a porter hereabouts? Don't try to make a fool out of me. Oh, driver, bring those cases over to the hotel for me, will you please? So, you're the big hero. How do you do? Tibbs is my name. Oh. Confounded thing. You were saying? Nothing. I wasn't saying nothing. Careful with those. They contain guns and ammunition.
What do you think, Keno?
He's fast. But I think I'm faster.
You may get a chance to find out. Why would a fast gun like him come to Fractured Jaw?
Work for the Lazy S, maybe?
He ain't working for me. And the Lazy S is the only other outfit hiring guns.
Want me to take him?
No, there's time. If he's just here looking for a job, I could use him.
We didn't mean nothing. We didn't mean nothing.
This is a respectable hotel, you hear? If you two lop-eared sons of a bear want some more, just try and get back in here. I'm running a high-class dump, and the sooner the people around here realize it, the better off they'll be.
Now, wait a minute, Kay.
Don't give me none of your lip. It's enough you drunken saddle tramps shoot up each other without using bad language, too. Now, are you going to get or do I start in on you again? Well, is the circus in town, or are you advanced man for a medicine show?
Good day to you, ma'am. Am I right in assuming that you're the proprietress of this tavern?
If you're a gambler, I run the squarest game this side of the Mississippi.
Well, I shouldn't call myself a gambler, although I have played a little bit of whist occasionally in a friendly foursome.
Say that again, will you?
What?
That bit of whist thing.
I have played a little bit of whist.
Oh, those clothes, the way you talk. You're going to be the life of the party around here.
Really?
Never mind. What can I do for you?
I should like some accommodation in your respectable establishment.
Come on. I'll look out for strays, mavericks, and lost young'uns. I might as well keep an eye on you.
Well, that's jolly good of you.
Hi there, Captain. They say the good Lord looks after fools and children. Well, I figure it can't hurt to give him a hand, in case he's too busy. Here, you mind registering, please?
Pleasure.
Here's your pen. There you
Sure.
are. Jonathan Tibbs, London. Well, Jonathan, if I were you, I'd stay in your room after dark. Some of the boys around here, they play kind of rough, especially when they're liquored up. They got a peculiar idea of what's funny, and they might just think you're right.
Most charming of you to offer me advice.
Well, if you get into any trouble, just call me. We hadn't had a shaft and fractured jaw for 6 months. But the boys, they generally listen to me.
I'll bet they do.
What? Him? It ain't smart, mister, to play me for a sucker.
A sucker? Oh, no. I'm quite certain it isn't.
I don't like guns. Hide, floating, or on the prod.
Well, that's perfectly splendid. We have something in common.
I don't like smooth talkers, neither. I've heard pitches from Mississippi gamblers, Chicago traveling salesmen, and all of them. They don't go nowhere with me.
I do beg your pardon, ma'am. I'm a little bit confused.
All right. You had your laugh. Now, don't press your luck. Here's your key. It's number 6 upstairs. The rules are posted on the wall. Read 'em, mister, and read 'em carefully. And remember 'em if you want to stay out of trouble with me.
Ah, thank you. Follow me. Number 6, my room.
Come on, Kate, give it to me.
day. Billy, Billy. And he wondered why I feel this way, oh gee. Given the opportunity, there isn't a gal in town who wouldn't say, when I'm strolling down the lane with Billy, that's my greatest thrill. Billy, Billy, you wanna see romance? Come over and take a glance when I'm strolling down the lane with Bill. Oh, gee, given the opportunity, there isn't a gal in town who wouldn't say, when I'm strolling down the lane with Billy, that's my greatest thrill. Billy, Billy, you wanna see romance? Come over and take a glance when I'm strolling down the lane with Bill.
Whiskey.
Right.
Hello, Cora. How about coming out to the ranch and roughing it for a couple of days with Keno and me?
No dice.
All right. Come on over to the table and have a drink with us right now.
I'm waiting for Johnny.
Keno ain't gonna like this.
So?
Hey, Cora.
How about spending a little time with me?
No, Johnny, please.
Why wear a gun? You're safe behind a woman's skirts.
Cut it now, or I'll break a chair over both your heads. Forget it, honey.
Thanks, Kate.
For what? Every time there's a shooting in here, I gotta order new glassware.
You want to kill a man over a girl, do it on your own time.
Yeah. You can fire me any time you want.
Sure I can. Until I do, I'd rather have you alive than dead.
Hey, Joe, can we get you in? What you say there, old partner?
And there's the reason.
Get outside of this, pal.
You want me to take him now?
Uh-uh. Not just yet.
Oh, I beg your pardon, young lady.
My name's Kate, if you're talking to me, and I just assumed you weren't.
Well, I seem to have got off on the wrong foot, and I am sorry.
Well, don't let it break you up.
However, I would like to register a complaint in my room, you know.
Now, that's just what I've been sitting up nights worrying about.
Well, I don't want you to regard this as a personal failure, but there's such a devil of a racket going on down here that it's practically impossible to sleep. No doubt you could switch me to a quieter spot.
There's one quieter spot in Fractured Jaw, and that's Boot Hill. And I think you'll wind up there.
Oh, thank you so much. Perhaps that porter chap of yours could deliver my luggage there in the morning.
You must think you're a real funny fella, don't you?
What do you think, sir? I've never been called that before.
You're liable to get called a lot of things you ain't never been called before, and by me.
From your tone, I gather we're having a spot of language difficulty.
Your difficulties with me hadn't even started.
I wrote a song, Kate.
High-spirited, didn't you?
Mister, you better mean that real nice. You're gonna have 40 cowpunchers jamming their boots down your throat. And you can figure on mine, too.
Oh, don't misunderstand me, sir. I wouldn't dream of saying anything uncomplimentary.
When her Uncle Two-Gun Billings cashed in and left this place to Kate, a couple of hombres tried to put their brand on her. They finished up at the best necktie party Fractured Jaw ever seen.
Oh, well, I'm a stranger here. I'm not altogether familiar with your local customs or the type of parties you have.
Say something against Kate and you'll learn all about him. So long as you're filling up space at the bar, are you drinking?
Don't seem to be, do I? Glass of sherry, please. Oh, very dry.
Mister,
We got whiskey and we got water. We don't serve water.
Doesn't offer me much choice, does it? Nothing, thank you.
Howdy, Pete. How's it with you?
Yeah, you and Doc both buried him last Sunday.
You know about that feller? Only what the stagecoach driver told me. You're the mayor of this here town. Seems to me you ought to find out when a new gun comes in if he's gonna make trouble.
That's the sheriff's job, not mine.
Since you ain't got no sheriff, it's your job now. All you gotta do is go over and ask him if he's lazy ass.
You will suppose he don't want to tell me.
We made a deal. Box T in town 3 days a week, lazy ass 3 days, and Sunday quiet. He's lazy ass. He's got no business here today.
He just got off the coach.
I got a right to know, Masters. If he's lazy ass, the next time we find him in town on our day, there'll be shooting.
Well, I'll try to find out. But don't you start nothing, you hear me? Howdy, stranger.
How do you do? Tibbs is my name.
Masters is my name. I'm the mayor of this here town. I also run the General Emporium. That is 6 days a week, and on the 7th, I preach the Holy Gospel.
Glad to meet you, sir.
Yeah. This here's a friendly town, mister, and we don't ask no questions.
No, sir.
Yeah.
From what I've encountered, you'd only be confused by the answers.
Of course, the man don't mind telling us what his business is.
Oh, not at all. I'm in the gun business.
Yeah. Gun, yeah. You're, heading with the lazy S, I suppose?
Yes, sir. I intend to call on them tomorrow morning.
So just remember, I didn't ask no questions.
Oh, it's perfectly all right.
You didn't have to give no answers. I hope you enjoy your stay in Fractured Jaw, and just remember that we don't take sides here. Me in particular. Very particular. Lazy S gunslinger, all right.
That's what I figured.
He's going out there tomorrow. So don't you start no trouble in town today, hear me?
You know I won't start no trouble. Anyway, I'm shoving out of here right now. Wait till I'm gone so I'm not mixed up in it. Then take 'em.
When Susan left her home in Carolina and sailed around the Horn in 49, Susan brought along a pick and shovel, so her intentions were quite obviously fine. But she wasn't in Frisco a day when she threw the pick and shovel away. My, oh my, oh my, oh my, if the San Francisco hills could only talk. If the San Francisco hills could only talk, they would let us in on every little thing. How she got the go that she didn't bring, the horses and the carriage and the diamond ring that she wears wherever she goes. My, oh my, oh my, oh my, if the San Francisco hills could only talk. If the San Francisco hills could only talk, we would have the answer that we'd like to get. How she moved right in on the upper set and never even got her little finger wet or been dressed in Westerner clothes. Susan, Susan, really it's amusing. In Carolina, Susan would get out and walk, but from everything we hear, you would button up your ear. If the San Francisco hills could only talk. Susan, Susan, really it's amusing. In Carolina, Susan would get out and walk. And whoever bears her name, they would hang their heads in shame. If the San Francisco hills could only talk.
Magnificent, isn't it? Oh, waiter, can you manage a pot of tea and a chicken sandwich?
Nah, we ain't got one. I ain't seen you in weeks. Where you been? Well, what do you know?
How do you like our little nightingale?
Miss Kate? Oh, absolutely first class.
Then you'll drink to her.
All right. Well, that's extremely kind of you. Thank you very much. Good health. And to Miss Kate, eh? No, really.
Drink it.
No, really.
I said drink it.
I say, I really couldn't, really.
Are you telling me you won't drink with me?
No, not at all, but, you know, well...
Drink it.
In the middle of the night and on an empty stomach and...
Drink it.
Oh, yes. Well, I must say, as I told our friend, I'm not altogether familiar with the local customs, but this does seem a bit much.
Let's see how big a man you really are.
Oh, you mean it's a sort of contest? May the best man win and all that sort of thing. All right. I'm game. You know, it's a funny thing, but after the first one or two, it doesn't feel so much like drinking a porcupine. Or does it?
Keep drinking.
No, sir. I insist. It's my turn. There. Good heavens. Barman, another glass for my drinking friend here. I insist, sir. It's my turn to pay. You can't abuse the laws of hospitality. There we are. Now then. Good luck. Cheers. Extraordinary. Oh, when in Rome.
You dirty, stinking polecat, reach!
Johnny!
Great Scott.
What's the trouble? It's Keno. When I heard the shooting, I figured you'd cast your chips in.
Good heavens, no. I was having a sociable drink with my friend when this man pulled a gun out and shot him.
Johnny, hit it out of town till he's buried. All right, boys, break it up. Check best to get rid of him.
But there's a dead man down here.
Come on, everybody. Drinks on the house for all of you.
I never see Keno look so peaceable before.
How can you, sir, as mayor of this town, permit such a thing to happen?
I told the boys to do their gunning out in the open. Shooting matches in a crowded saloon like this can be dangerous. Some innocent bystander might get hurt.
But haven't you got any laws?
Sure, we got more laws than you can shake a stick at. The only thing is we ain't got nobody to enforce them. I hate to think what them Box T boys will do when they find out about this killing.
Well, this is preposterous. Good heavens. Haven't you got a constabulary? A constabulary, a guardian of the law, a bobby, a...
Oh, you mean a sheriff?
Well, whatever the man's called out here who sees the law. And
Mister, we've been trying to get us a sheriff for a long time, but we can't get nobody to take the job. If you could find us a sheriff, we'd be mighty grateful to you.
I've never heard anything like this before in all my life. It's the duty of every citizen not to shirk his civic responsibility.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, would you care for a drink?
Delighted. Good health, sir.
Same to you.
Oh, you know, this stuff isn't too bad when it burns away the nerve ends.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What were we talking about?
Sheriff, yes.
Ah, indeed. Now, it's vital. It's vital, sir. Select your man, go up to him, look at him square in the eyes, speak to him with a firm tone, and don't take no for an answer. Never fails, my dear sir. It never fails.
And would that be the way to talk to a man like yourself, for instance?
Absolutely.
You mean just walk right up to him and say, looky here, mister, this here town needs a sheriff, and you're gonna be it?
Jolly good, jolly good.
Mister, you talked yourself into a job. Welcome to Fractured Jaw. Sheriff Tibbs.
Sheriff Tibbs. These is all that was left of Sheriff Dalton, Sheriff Harper, and Sheriff Baines. If any of them fit you, good luck. Respectfully yours, Doc Masters. P.S. Their duty done, they rest in peace.
Tim, Sheriff?
Now, Kate, don't you go getting all hot and bothered about this here fella being a sheriff. I tell you, he'll make a great sheriff. He ain't nothing but a gunman after all, and he's quicker and grease lightning on the draw. And last night I seen him stand up at that there bar and drink a lot of these cowpokes under the table and walk out of here as sober as a judge. I tell you, I do like me a drinking sheriff that can hold his liquor. Oh, good morning, Sheriff.
That's just what I want to see you about.
Yeah. Well, everybody in town feels a heap sight safer now that you're in charge of things, Sheriff.
I am not the sheriff.
Well, sure you are. You see that gun rack there? We passed an ordinance last spring saying that nobody could wear guns inside Fractured Jaw, not even the mayor.
I don't know anything about the laws your council passed last spring. All I know is that this is completely ridiculous. How can I be a sheriff? I'm not a citizen of this town. I'm not even a citizen of this country.
As mayor of Fractured Jaw, I hereby exercise my civil rights and prerogatives, and I appoint you a citizen of the United States of America, and I make you sheriff of Fractured Jaw. There you be. Now, you can have as many deputies as you like. That is providing you can find any men that'll serve with you.
Now, listen to me, my dear Mayor. Quite apart from all the idiocies of last night, this is absolutely absurd. I'm here on business. Guns.
That's all right. We don't care about that. Everything will be perfectly legal as long as you're wearing that badge.
Cold feet, friend?
No, quite warm, thank you.
Big talk of it when it comes to backing it up.
Oh, well, Miss Kate, really, this is just a little misunderstanding.
Is it? I'll get the coffee.
Oh, thank you so much. I could do with a cup. My head doesn't feel too strong this morning. Mr. Mayor, do you get the impression that she isn't terribly fond of me?
Well, you see, Kate, she only likes folks that plays fair and square, because that's the way she plays herself.
Well, we don't seem to hit it off too well.
Well, she wants a good man for sheriff, just like the rest of us. Don't worry. She'll cotton to you all right. Just give her time.
All the same, I wish she wouldn't look at me as though her stomach were turning over.
I'll tell you what. You come on over and sit in on the poker game and give her a chance to know you better.
What, does she play?
Play? Why, man, she invented the game. Frenchie, Bellows, Carson, Jenks, this here's Tibbs. He's our new sheriff. Come on, boy, come on. He's a new hand at the game, but he wants to set in on it just the same.
I know.
All right, Sheriff. Hey, I'll stake you. You can pay me back after the game. Cut 'em, Frenchie. All right, they're coming out. Hey,
I have played a little, you know.
You have? Hey, where'd you play?
Oh, I met two gentlemen at St. Louis who taught me the rudiments of the game.
Oh, the what?
Rudiments,
Oh,
rather
I
costly.
see. All right. Is it? Now, here. Okay. All right, King bets. All right, Frenchie, it's up to you. What do you say?
I bet $3.
$3, you in? You in?
Yep.
All right, come on, let's get rolling here, boys. $3 there, Sheriff. Just put it out there. All right, I'm in. Coming out, boys. There's a tray. It's too bad that missed you, ain't it? There's a queen, there's a thing. A pair of deuces.
I have a pair, Mr. Mayor.
You all right? You bet, mister.
Need to bet. Two... more? Right. 4. Thanks, partner. 4. I raise you 4, gentlemen.
Sheriff, bet
$4
$4.
Silver dollars.
$4 in. You in?
I'm away.
What do you say, boys? What do you say?
Raise your 5.
Man raises you 5.
I raise your 5, sir.
Are you done betting, boys?
Yeah.
All right, hold it. Coming out. A9. A7. Have it out between you.
I'm to bet. I'm still...
Pair of deuces is still high. Pair of
Right,
deuces is
I'll go, 3... 6. 6. I raise you 6.
Man bet $6. He sees you. Okay, what do you got?
Pair of 6s?
A pair of 6s.
3 2s.
3
And,
deuces.
gentlemen, I think the pot is mine.
Take it away. Oh, Jordan.
Thank you, partner. Well done indeed.
Double snort, chick.
Right.
You see that fellow over there? Huh? That's Bud Wilkins, Lazy S gunslinger.
What?
Yeah, he's wearing a gun.
Well, obviously, if he's a slinger.
Well, go take it off him. Maybe he ain't heard we got us a sheriff now.
Oh, well, I'll advise him. That's the least I can do. Your pardon, gentlemen.
So you're the new sheriff.
New indeed.
I heard you ain't allowing guns in Fractured Jaw.
The ruling isn't mine. I'm merely the custodian of the law.
You're going to take away a man's gun?
Let's just say a chap hands it over when he's advised of the regulations, eh?
I heard about you, so maybe you heard about me. I'm Wilkins. I come to have you take my gun.
Well, how do you do? Tibbs is my name.
All right. You got the drop on me this time. But I'm coming back. And next time I won't be alone.
Mr. Budd, don't forget your gun. There's no law against wearing it if you're leaving town.
That's the stuff, Sheriff.
It's remarkable the effect this has. See? How do you do?
It's the quickest draw I've seen in 50 years.
Sheriff, the way you handled that Derringer'd make my old grandpappy turn over in his grave.
I say, do you think so? Does work rather well, doesn't it?
It sure does. Say, how about you coming into my office? I want to talk to you.
Oh, with pleasure.
Boys, I never thought I'd live to see the day when Bud Wilkins would give up his gun to...
Sure are fast on the draw with that gun, mister. How do you work it?
Well, you see, it's on a spring. And when I straighten my arm, it pops out. Oh, well, it should pop out into my hand. It must need some adjustment. Ah, there.
Say, you know, I'd like to have one of them. To wear in my garden.
Great Scott. I say. Well, of course, you could have mine, but for wearing it on that limb, you'd be obliged to pull the trigger with your toe.
You let me worry about that. How much you take for it?
I should be honored if you'd accept it as a gift.
Oh, no, I couldn't
Oh,
take
no,
it.
really. I've got others. This is just
No.
a sample.
No.
There we are.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, you're not a bad sort of fella.
Oh. Well, you needn't worry about accidents. It isn't loaded, of course.
What? You mean to tell me you went up against Bud Wilkins with an empty gun?
Well, you don't think I go around with a bullet in it. The silly thing just popped out in my hand. I didn't mean to frighten Mr. Wilkins, although I imagine it did have that effect.
Tell me, are you tired of living or just plain stupid?
Oh, no, really, Miss Kate.
Here, take it back quick.
No, I wouldn't dream of it. I've made you a present.
Well, one of us must be crazy. What happens if some gunslinger draws on you?
Well, why should they? I've no quarrel with anyone.
Only with the lazy ass, because Bud Wilkins will get him all riled up. And with the Box T outfit, because you got mixed up in Keno's killing.
Oh, I do think you're exaggerating. After all, that chap Wilkins offered me his gun before he saw the Derringer. And that's that poor fellow who got shot last night. Well, we were the best of friends, drinking together and all that sort of thing.
I've seen some strange characters in my time, but you take the prize.
And you know, I've never met anyone like you either. I hope you won't mind if I say it, but I find you simply enchanting.
Well, let's say I find you different anyway.
Well, that's a beginning, isn't it?
Say, what are you doing in Fractured Jaw?
I represent the firm of Tibbs and Company, gunsmiths, St. James's, London. I'm here to sell firearms.
Well, at least you should know how to handle a gun. That could keep you alive for a little while.
Well, I don't see why skill with a gun should be so frightfully important. But if it is to you, I suppose I could learn.
Tibbs, I just decided something.
Oh?
I'm going to teach you to shoot. It won't do any good, but at least I won't be blaming myself at your funeral. Now listen to me and try to understand. I wouldn't give 2 cents for your chances of living to be 1 day older than you are right now, but I always had a soft spot in my heart for a tenderfoot. So I'll do what I can to help you.
I never thought I'd appreciate being taught how to handle a gun, but it's wonderful of you to offer.
I'm not asking for your thanks. Personally, I think I'm weak in the head to even bother. Now, come on.
Shall I bring one of my own guns?
No.
Is there a target range nearby?
No, and if there was, we wouldn't use it. Nobody's supposed to know you can't shoot or you won't live long enough to take a lesson. Can you ride?
I don't know. I've never really tried. But I can handle a pair of horses. And if it's any help, I asked that porter chap of yours to load my gun cases onto a carriage so that I could call on the trade this morning.
Well, that'll do.
Morning, Miss Kate. Morning,
Good
Sheriff.
morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to you.
Morning, Sheriff.
Good morning. Allow me, my lady.
Well.
There we are.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, Sheriff.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sheriff.
How do you do, sir? How do you do?
Good morning, Sheriff.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Morning, Sheriff.
Morning.
Howdy, Sheriff.
They're a friendly lot, aren't they?
They're happy. They think they got a sheriff.
You know, at first I didn't take this sheriff business too seriously. But now...
Hi, Sheriff.
Good morning. You know, it's rather a nice feeling. It makes one feel good, even a bit important.
Oh, you'll probably draw one of the biggest crowds we ever had. In there.
Whoa.
Well, this looks pretty good. We're here to teach you to shoot.
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
Well, you see that? You see?
Extraordinary.
Watch the gun.
Oh, right you are. I say you are marvelous.
Now, you try it.
Right. Oh, dear. That wasn't very good, was it?
It wouldn't have been bad if you were hunting rabbits. Now, try it again and hold your wrist steady. Look where you're shooting. Maybe I should have said shoot where you're looking.
I'm not likely to win the first prize, am I?
Oh, give yourself a little time. Here, I'll help you. Come on. Now, squeeze. The trigger.
Well, that was a bit better. If only you could come along and hold my wrist every time I have to shoot.
Now, you try it all by yourself.
Right. Kate, you must think I'm a blithering idiot.
Forget it.
I'm not exactly what you'd call a howling success. I've come all this way to sell guns, and I don't even know how to fire them.
So you don't know guns? How do you think I'd be pouring tea for Lord Watts in a London drawing room?
Enchanting.
You know, I never been east of Dart City. Never been to a real theater. You'll laugh, but I ain't ever seen a man in evening clothes.
They're not very different in evening clothes.
You know, Jonathan, much as I love my home out here, sometimes I feel like I'd just like to throw my hand in.
What for?
For a little of your kind of life with your kind of people, and a few of the things in the outside world I don't know nothing about.
You might not like all that you find, Kate.
I'd take a chance on that.
Would you?
I sure would. I'd be out of here quicker than you could draw that derringer of yours. But why am I telling you all this?
To make me feel a little less the fool. And because anything you say to me, I want to hear.
This is silly. Come on. Come on, I'll teach you to shoot.
I'll never be any good at it.
And I'll never pour tea for Lord Watsis.
Lord Watsis will never know what is missing.
The gun's reloaded.
Is it?
6 bullets. That's why they call them 6 shooters.
That's clever.
I got a repeating rifle, too.
Have you?
Oh, the latest model. I'll show it to you when we get back to... Why don't you kiss me?
I'd like to see that. Oh, Kate. Oh? Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, that's all right.
I ain't looking for you, Doc. I'm looking for the new sheriff. I want him to know that I'm in town and carrying a gun.
Yeah? You know, you're a lucky fella. Mighty lucky.
How come?
Our new sheriff's out of town. You'd be a dead man by now if he wasn't.
Me, more likely him.
Him? Say, our new sheriff could give Wild Bill Hickok first draw and beat him to the kill. You hear and tell about them fellas can shoot the middle out of the ace of spades? Well, our new sheriff can shoot the middle out of the middle.
Oh, I don't believe it.
You don't, eh? Another one of you lazy-ass cowpokes was in here earlier in the day, Bud Wilkins. You ask him.
Bud Wilkins? You mean he took Bud Wilkins?
Just like he was a little boy. Don't take my word for it. Just hang around. He'll be back soon. And get yourself a big rep by going up against him.
Well, I ain't got time now, but I'll be back. Yes, sir, I'll be back.
I'll tell the sheriff you was here looking for him.
Jonathan?
Yes?
Oh, nothing. I just like to say your name.
Tell me, Kate, can a man support a wife on a sheriff's salary?
Sheriffs don't have wives. They have widows.
Well, if that's the procedure out here, you're going to make a very charming widow.
Jonathan, when you're planted in Boot Hill, will any fair lady from London come and place flowers on your grave?
Ah, we won't talk about the past. My future's out here, with you.
Well, if that's an English proposal, I'll accept.
Hey!
Hey!
Kate, Kate, Kate!
Jonathan!
As I sing to the hills in the valley of love, I love you, I love you, comes a voice from the hills to the valley of love. I love you, I love you, when I laugh, when I cry, we're so in love, the hills and so I stray every day to the valley of love. I love you, I love you, when I laugh, when I cry, we're so in love, the hills and the valley of love. I love you. I love you.
Howdy, Sheriff.
Better take that thing off before somebody uses it for target practice.
Tonight, I'll ask the mayor to find a replacement.
Tonight could be too late.
Well, I can't just walk away, even though I'm not much good as a sheriff.
Don't walk, run.
Now, that wouldn't be a very sporting thing to do, would it?
Nobody in Fracture Joe ever heard of a sporting thing, and you're being a bull-headed jackass.
Woo! Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Why, you no good, contrary, unreasonable.
But they don't teach my kind of English in your schools.
Then that shows a great weakness in the English educational system.
You're kind of sweet. Come on, no spotted tea, but I could be talking upon you a spot of coffee.
I'd love it. But I have a job to do.
Such as?
Selling guns. At first, it was just because of the family tradition and all that rot. But now, I'll need the money to start a family tradition on my own.
And I'm going to love that tradition.
I've never sold anything before. I suppose the first thing you do is to call on the local merchant.
Do you shoot that thing or just hang it on the wall?
What do you mean?
Oh, you're not going to try and sell that antique round here.
Antique? My dear Kate, it's absolutely brand new. Perfect gentleman sporting gun.
Jonathan, listen. In fact, your jaw guns ain't for sport, unless you make a hobby of killing people.
Then Tibbs guns should make a welcome change. There must be some gentlemen farmers hereabouts. They might like to have a go at shooting a bird or two.
Only farmers around these parts are the squatters south of town.
All right, then. The squatters it is.
Why, they'll laugh in your face.
Kate, I came out here to sell guns, and I'm determined to find someone who'll buy them.
I couldn't fall in love with a local idiot. I had to pick an international one. All right, go ahead and get your stuff shot up if you want to.
Goodbye.
They ain't going anywhere, Sheriff. They're just heading for the water trough. We ain't never met. I'm Hank Barnes. This here's my place.
How'd you do?
I'd say you were about 5 foot 11 inches tall, weigh 170 pounds. Am I right?
Well, just about.
You know, my wife and I had an argument when you rode out of town this morning. She said you were only 5'10", 160.
Oh?
I always like to find out these things in advance, then I can give you a real good job. Thanks, Sheriff.
Don't mention it. My name is Tibbs. Is the gentleman of the house in?
Luke's in, but he's eating.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I'll wait.
Might as well come in and say it.
Oh, thank you. I won't be a moment. Charming little cottage you have here. After you, ma'am. Oh, allow me. How do you do?
Luke don't hear good while he's eating.
Oh, well, that's perfectly all right.
Luke don't talk much while he's eating.
Oh, I see. May I? Thank you. Hello.
Baby don't talk much even when it ain't eating.
Ah. Charming little baby girl.
Ain't a girl. It's a buck.
A buck. Yes. For how long does he generally eat?
Luke don't mind listening while he's a-eating.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, in that case, my name is Tibbs. I represent Tibbs and Company, gunsmiths and armorers of St. James's Street, London. My card. Now, sir, we have supplied the best gentleman's arms since 1605. And, sir, I am confident that I can supply you with a fowling piece that you would be proud to own. And you can tell at a glance that this is as fine a 16-bore shotgun as anyone could wish for.
Luke's through eating.
Why, you ornery young critter, you might have blown me head off. Golly, get him out of here, man. You put him in there with the pups. I'll keep him out of the way. Oh, darn it, look at that. Cost me 2 bits, the last one I got now. Oh, golly darn.
You bite any of them pups and I'll lick the hide off you.
You don't expect anybody to buy that junk, do you? Maybe palm it off on some fool redskin who don't know no better.
Junk? I beg your pardon, sir.
Now, if you were selling a cannon, I'd sure buy one. Maybe keep them cowpunchers from shooting up my place.
Tibbs and Company do not manufacture a cannon.
Hey, before you go, come on over here. I want to show you something. Now, look. My land lays smack in the middle between the Lazy S and the Box T. See that fellow over there?
Yes.
Now, he's Lazy S. Now, look over there. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Box T. Now, he'll spot the other fella just as he passes her eyes. Watch. What'd I tell you? Bad shooting. Get under the bed, Benny.
But this is terrible. Those 2 men are trying to kill each other.
No, they ain't both trying to kill each other. The other fella ain't got a chance. He's looking to clear out. I doubt if he'll make it.
Are you going to stand there and let that man get shot?
Well, in the first place, I ain't standing. Because if a stray bullet comes this way, it ain't fussy as to whose head it bumps into. In the second place, it appears to me if anybody's going to tangle that Box T man, it rightly ought to be the sheriff. And I ain't the sheriff. How about you?
Well, if you put it like that, I suppose. Come on.
If I was you, I'd come in from back of that ride. A man with itchy trigger fingers sometimes don't wait to meet up with somebody who gets in his rifle sights.
Apparently, it's my duty as sheriff to try and stop this violence. Although I can assure you I've little regard for either of these 2 chaps, or for this part of the world if it comes to that. At least in England, they aim a decent gun at a bird that can't shoot back.
You reckon we'll be seeing him again?
Drop that gun. I'm the sheriff.
The sheriff? I heard about you.
I gather you're a member of the Box T organization.
So?
Now, you listen to me. As long as I continue to be sheriff, I'm going to use my authority to maintain law and order. And heaven help any member of your organization who indulges in rowdy or unlawful behavior. And you can go back and tell that to your head man.
You mean to say you're telling the Box T how to act?
Exactly. I may have had this office thrust upon me, but I intend to carry out its duties to the utmost of my ability.
I get where we stand. Claiborne and the boys will be glad to know, for sure. Next time we meet, Sheriff, it's gonna be head on. Up. Here.
I've seen what you've done, Sheriff. Thanks. Don't mention it.
With you on our side, the Box T will be mopped up in no time.
My dear chap, I'm not on your side.
Oh, so it's like that.
I'm rapidly reaching the limits of my patience. And you Lazy S chaps had better realize that if you want to avoid trouble.
Okay, if that's the way you want it. You're talking pretty big now. Let's see how you act the next time.
Many thanks. Drop in any time I ain't eating, Sheriff. Delighted, I'm sure. Good day to you, sir. Good day, ma'am. Come on. That sheriff's a heap smarter than he looks.
Yep. Well, you've ate, baby's ate. Now I reckon I'll go eat.
Get it off your chest. Tell me he's gone out of town and he ain't coming back. Tell me I'm making a fool of myself. He's a stubborn and ornery, he's a wall-eyed mule. And I'll let him go out in the Pecos country all by himself. And I'll probably never see him again.
Honey, don't you worry about that. He'll be back all right. You know, the good Lord, he looks after fools and Englishmen.
How dare you? Ah! That's outrageous. You're taking advantage of the fact that you're a woman. Steady. That's below the belt.
Anana pengi matchi. Nistani match how. Kappa ho.
You're a lucky man.
You call this lucky? You speak English.
I was captured as a child and sent to a white man's school.
Really? Where's that hat lifter? Really now. I seldom lose my temper, but that woman's manners are atrocious. Hello, sir. Haven't we met before?
You gave him his life, now he'll give you yours.
Then I'm free to go. Oh, good. Well, goodbye, sir. Goodbye, gentlemen. What's he say?
He said you're a brave man. He admires bravery, even in a white man.
How charming. What's he say now?
My father wishes to honor the brave white man. You're going to be adopted by the tribe and made his son.
Oh, really? Adopted? Do I look like an Indian orphan?
You'll be a son of a chief.
I'll be the son of a... I'll have you know that as far back as you care to check, Tibbs have been Englishmen, not an Indian in the lot. Oh, I'm sorry, gentlemen. You'll have to find yourself another boy. Now, please, this is quite ridiculous. I won't consider it for one moment. I'm sorry.
Would you rather be a live Indian or a dead Englishman? Well?
I'm thinking.
No!
Bravo! Well done! What's he say?
He say, it's your turn to source now.
Ah. What? Oh, good heavens. But I've never been on a horse in my life. I refuse.
Moja, tapuihtam.
What's he say?
Says he'll burn you at stake and send to happy hunting grounds.
I'll take the horse. Steady. There's a good horse. Right. Oh! Stand still, stand still.
Ei muu suutan paisnan siin.
Line up. Do you mind? There we are, sir. I never knew I had it in me. Grandfather Digby couldn't have done better himself.
How kuestotin? Kuestotin. Minä sin. Eikö se ole niin hieno? Piapsostat minkä siikas.
What's he say?
You're a blood brother. Your name is Fleet Ironhat.
Oh, splendid. Thank you
Eikö
very
se ole
much.
kuestot pahmat näin?
Drink.
Thank you. Well, good health, gentlemen. It's quite flavorsome. What vintage?
It is the blood from the heart of the wild buffalo. It gives you life and makes you strong. You must drink it all, or you die.
If I drink it all, it's extremely unlikely that I'll live.
You smoke pipe of peace.
What's this, the hair of the wild buffalo to make me weak?
Now we go to get the great reward.
Reward?
Wapanata, Atsahos, Wasko, Astam. You pick one.
What's this, another contest?
The one to be your wife, make fine squaw. Never work a day in your life.
My dear old boy, I can't possibly pick one of these young ladies as a wife.
It's hard to choose with three such fine maidens. Why not take them all?
3 wives?
Kimaina was soon gone. Some she got choked.
Hey, what's he say?
My father says these are too skinny. He'll find something better.
Ei voi kia. Kiskosko peito teki min.
Great Scott.
My father says these will keep you warm in the winter.
What about the summer?
A brave can have many wives.
Well, I'm not that brave. You know, gentlemen, it's very charming of you. I do appreciate it, but if you don't mind, I'd like a little more time to get used to the fact that I'm a new member of the family.
In the meantime, when you change your mind and come home, your wives will be waiting.
Thank you so much. It's most charming of you, sir. Well, I must get on my way now, if you don't mind. Goodbye, madam. Goodbye, my dear. Good luck. Good luck. I'm over here on business, you know. I sell guns.
Guns?
Yes,
Cigarette.
very fine guns, only these Americans won't appreciate the fact.
The sheriff get back yet, Chick?
No, I ain't seen him.
Oh.
We ain't seen him yet either.
We sure would like to catch up with him.
Why, you dirty, yellow-livered snakes. You're hunting them down in pairs now, huh? Well, let me tell you something. You'll be toting no guns in my place. If you don't want to play by house rules, you get. The both of you. Hit the trail. Get! And if you're here after sundown, I'll do some shooting myself. Too bad they didn't hang you when they hung your brothers.
You fixing to bury somebody, Hank?
New sheriff.
Well, he ain't gone got himself killed already, has he?
Not yet. Well, I seen him heading out towards Indian country.
Oh.
I figure he's been gone long enough. So better go out and pick him up.
You, looking for someone, Kate? Yeah. So's Hank.
I caught up with that sheriff. I don't know why he didn't gun me down. He made it clear he's tied up with the Lazy S.
I figured that last night, but I didn't know they'd make him sheriff.
Why, they got the law on their side now. Suppose he brings in a U.S. Marshal or calls for cavalry.
He won't have time. Round up the boys. We're riding into Fractured Jaw this afternoon.
Why, the Lazy S will be in town.
First we get the sheriff, and then we settle with the Lazy S, once and for all.
Here!
Whoa!
Hello, sir.
More damn lives than a cat. Come on. Get up. Whoa.
Put those in my room, dear boy. Thank you. Peace offering.
Oh, well, it's just lovely.
And so are you.
Wait. When I was a little girl, I was taught to take my medicine without putting it off. You know, get it over with quick.
Sign of a strong character.
Well, here goes. I'm nasty, stubborn, and unreasonable. I got the rottenest temper this side of the Rockies, and, well, I behave just like an old witch. Well, don't just sit there. I apologize to you.
I accept your apology.
Is that all you've got to say? You mean you believed all those things I said about myself?
With reservations.
Why, you swell-headed, narrow-minded stuff, sure. If you had half the brains of a local coyote, then you'd know I was right in everything I said to you this afternoon. Well, what are you thinking?
I do hope our children take after me.
You know what? I hope they do, too.
But not the girls.
Even the girls.
Ah, now you're being stubborn.
I'm just being in love. Hey, I hadn't even told you about the good news.
Oh, I react very well to good news.
I've been showing this all over town. Not the thingamajig, of course, just the gun. Everybody thinks he can be just as fast as you are, and they all want one. You can sell enough of these to make Tibbs and Company the biggest gun dealers in all the West.
Kate, you're wonderful.
Well, come in.
Oh, howdy, Kate. Howdy, Sheriff. There's a mighty fine load of furs you got out there. Mighty fine.
Why, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you know, I run the general merchandise store here, and I got some good connections with fur buyers. I thought we might make a deal, that is, if you've a mind to sell.
You see, Kate, it's not very difficult to become a merchant. You trade guns for furs, and you sell the furs. Simple.
Yeah. Mister, would you mind telling me where you traded them furs?
Why, certainly, sir. I came across some chaps who were very eager for guns. Well, they couldn't seem to do enough for me. Most appreciative they were. Indians.
Indians?
Yes, this sort of, I drove a hard bargain, even though I said myself.
Oh, Jonathan, you couldn't have.
Mister, that's just about the lowest thing a white man ever done. You know, you ain't no better than a skunk.
Ah, thank you to keep a civil tongue in your head. Why shouldn't I, Kate?
If the Indians have guns, they'll wipe us all out.
That's nonsense.
Look here, you. If there's any of us left alive in this here town after them Indians get through, we'll hang you to the nearest cottonwood.
Trot along home and look after your various enterprises. There's a good chap. Kate, you don't understand. These Indians have made me a blood brother. I have their solemn promise not to use guns against white men.
You can't believe them.
Oh, there's no need to feel disturbed. I'm on very familiar terms with these men. Why, good heavens, we call each other by our first names. Good morning, Running Deer. Cheerio, Fleet Iron Hat. I'm Fleet Iron Hat.
Renegade.
Oh, shut up. Don't you understand? You've done the one thing that's unforgivable. Any men in the territory will shoot you down on sight. There's a bunch of them get to you first and string you up.
Oh. Well, I really seem to have let the cat among the pigeons.
Doc, I hear tell they run away.
Indians?
Worse, the Bucks T. All of them riding toward town. It's the laziest day.
Great balls of fire. This your town will be more full of holes than a woodpecker's nest.
What on earth happening?
Them two ranchers will start shooting the minute they see each other.
The only good thing about it is you might be in the middle. As for me, I'm hightailing it for the hills.
All right, we're leaving.
We are?
Give me a few minutes to throw some things in a bag. You get packed.
I'm not sure I care about this running away.
You stay and you'll be carried away.
Well, cowboys should be willing to listen to reason the same as anyone else.
Look, Jonathan, it's me, Kate. Not mad, no temper. For the first time in my life, I'm scared to death.
Really?
Scared for you. You know, I always wanted to live in Chicago or New York or even London. But now I don't care where we go, just so long as it's away from here fast. If you want to settle in America or England or even at the North Pole, well, that's for me, too. I won't be long.
Come on. Fill her up, Tick. Fill her up, because when that fighting starts, there won't be a drop of liquor left in fractured jaw. And as a cinch ain't going to be none where I'm heading, just put this here on my bill. I may live to pay it, and I may not.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Sheriff, you sure put your foot in it this time. This here town's apt to get wiped off the map. And I've got to go out and protect the innocent citizens. And that, my friend, is going to take a heap of courage.
Everybody clear the street! Run for your lives! Take cover! The Box T and the Lazy S outfits are both coming to town at the same time, and they're loading for bear! Everybody clear the street! Everybody take cover! That's right! Take cover! Take cover! Hell's gonna be a-popping around here!
Come on, fellas, hurry.
Let's take them all up to the church. Get under cover! Get that Willis down on the street!
Well, I see you're a figuring to run out on us, too, eh?
I beg your pardon?
Sheriff Tibbs, this whole town looked up to you, loved you, and respected you, but you fooled us, just like you fooled Miss Kate, hiding behind her petticoats.
You're pretty fond of Kate, aren't you?
Mister, this whole town...
Whoa, whoa! Well, you run along and tell her I shan't be long. I want to work with those ranchers. Come on, come on. Come
Hey! Hey! Yeah? You better hit your Ben Hersey on again. This time you got you a dead sheriff for sure.
I'll be right there!
Kate, ain't no use you hurrying away. That fella done been and gone.
Where?
He said to tell you he'd be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, but I got my doubts about that.
Where'd he go?
He went off to try and make peace between them crazy ranchers. That fella is either the darndest fool or the bravest man in the world. I can't make up my mind which.
Stay moving! Get up!
Get up! Get up!
Hey, why'd the sheriff stop you from being shot?
I don't know. Pretty handy with a gun. Could have filled me full of holes. Looks like he had a message. He used a lot of words, but he got it across. He says the Lazy S is heading for trouble.
He ain't the first lawman tried to throw his weight around.
He ain't the first lawman ever got killed, neither, nor the last.
Boys riding into town today?
We usually do on Saturday.
We'll have them riding a bunch. No stragglers for the sheriff to pick off one at a time.
Sure, boss.
When we hit town, I'll get him. When he starts his moves, there'll be enough of us to see he don't finish it. Fractured jaw ain't gonna have a sheriff for long.
There he is, like a sitting duck. Come on. Ah! Ah!
Whoa! Hey! Can you help me? Is the lazy S.O. Barty round hereabouts?
Woher's doch denn?
Dear boy, I'm your brother, Fleet Ironhat. Me, brother, Tibbs. Brother?
Moin taga, Simon.
I'll get him right between the eyes.
Drop your guns! I'm the sheriff!
You lousy bunch of coyotes.
Get out, Kate, and fast. I'm warning you, we're gonna kill ourselves a sheriff.
If there's any killing to be done, I'll be taking a hand in it.
Kate! Kate, go back!
Stay under cover, you! What I'd like to do to you.
I suppose it's no use me telling you again to go away.
50, 100 men I could have picked. More even than I had to pick you. I'm a bigger fool than you are. At least I should have known better.
What do you think they'll do?
Keep us pinned down here and then probably send a couple of men up that slope where they can pick us off.
Oh, they wouldn't risk hitting you.
Wanna bet?
Oh, now, really, that's too much. I'm going down there to have a word with them.
You must be loco.
Well, do you think for one moment I'm going to sit here and risk your being hit?
You make one move and I'll bend this gun barrel over your thick skull. And if you don't believe me, you just try it.
Hey, Kate, look.
Lazy, yes.
Great heavens, they'll murder each other. I've got to stop this. Hey, you! Listen to me! Is everybody in America hostile?
Whoever wins down there, we lose.
We'll settle this now, Wilkins.
You've been spoiling for this, now you're gonna get it. You and that hired sheriff of yours.
What do you take me for, a tenderfoot? Don't you think I know he's your sheriff?
He ain't with us, Claiborne. We rode out to get him.
What? Well, that's what we're here for.
I'm warning you. There'll be trouble if this random shooting does not stop.
We're gonna kill ourselves a cheap tin-star sheriff.
So are we.
I suppose it's too late to resign.
A bit. At least this way, Fractured Jaw has to foot the bill for your funeral.
That is a point. Great Scott, there's the Undertaker. Who's he looking for?
You!
If you want to call off our fight until we finished him, I'm agreeable.
It's a deal.
I'm in.
Anyone who comes after the sheriff has me to reckon with first.
You're magnificent.
I'm out of my mind.
Listen.
More horses from up above.
Were we expecting anyone else? I'm going to have a look.
Keep down.
It's all right.
Kate, we don't want you hurt. You got 1 minute to think it over. It'd be much smarter to come on down and leave that two-timing polecat to us.
And the next time it'll be higher, you miserable bunch of hounds.
Indians.
And you gave him guns.
I'm afraid I did.
Well, they'll massacre all of us.
I should never have thought so. But so far, I've been wrong about everything else.
Somebody said a short life, but a merry one. Jonathan, look. We gotta make a run for it. We ain't got much of a chance, but it's sure a lot better than staying here.
No. Wait. I mean to have a go at my so-called brothers. You keep me covered.
No!
Keep me covered!
Jonathan! No! Jonathan!
Hear out, all of you! This is Fleet Iron Hat Tibbs speaking, and I won't have this. Poor York! Exactly, poor York. And at once. What's the meaning of this behavior? You promised me that those guns would not be used for war.
Our white brother was in danger. We came to help.
Oh. I'm sorry. Once again, I seem to have said the wrong thing.
Your enemies are our enemies. We'll kill them.
Well, that suggestion is not without a certain appeal at this moment, but I'm afraid not.
Why? They try to kill you.
I'm not entirely sure, but there may be a way out. Drop your gun, every man of you, and put up your hand. Right, come on, Dad. Keep behind me. Come on, get him up, get him up. Claiborne, Wilkins, I intend to examine your American laws to find out what the penalty is for assault with intent to do bodily harm on the appointed sheriff of Fractured Jaw. Dad, have my relatives escort these men back into town.
All right, get moving.
Come on.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Jonathan?
Ah, my dear Mayor, how are you?
I want to talk to you.
Now, you know as well as I do that I discuss nothing at tea time.
I ain't talking about discussing, I'm just talking about talking. Now, what I want
Oh, my dear old boy, you're a bundle of nerves. Sit down and relax. Is that trip to the hills and all that hard corn liquor you've been drinking? Yeah, have a nice cup of tea. It'll do you good.
Tea. That stuff is only for old women and sick people.
Well, I disagree. I belong to a nation of 30 million peoples, and to them, tea drinking is a most pleasurable habit.
Yeah? Well, maybe you're right. I'll try anything once. Looks like good corn liquor, don't it? tastes like swamp water.
Your manners are quite appalling.
You rang, sir?
Yes, some more hot water, running dear, please.
With the greatest of pleasures, sir.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, that. You even got him talking like you. Look here. What I came here to say was this. When I made you sheriff, I know I told you you could appoint as many deputies as you'd a mind to. But nobody in this town, including myself, thought for one single minute that you'd go hiring a bunch of them there
what?
Injuns.
Now, you listen to me, my dear Mayor. In the past 10 days, there's been no shootings, no robberies, no violence, in fact, no crime whatsoever. So it seems to me that your complaints are somewhat unwarranted.
Oh, well, maybe you're right. But I still say that you're going to wake up some morning with your scalp gone. Hey, jumping husband, I got to get out of here. I got to go home. I got to shave. I got to spruce up. Well, anyway, I've had my say.
But you haven't had your tea.
Oh, balderdash.
They want to talk to you, sir.
Ah, good. Well, Ronnie, dear, what do you think my London tailor would have to say about this? Eh?
It fits you jolly well, sir.
Thank you. Right.
Hey, Sheriff.
Ah, Claiborne. Yes?
We want to make a deal.
You've chosen an inconvenient time.
Me and Wilkins been talking things over. We ain't doing ourselves no good in here.
Well, that's a remarkable display of logic. And just about given up hope.
Sheriff?
Yes?
And we figure we ain't getting no place shooting each other up.
So if it's all right with you, we want out. We agree to share the water hole, and we'll let the Indians use it, too.
Do you mean this?
Yeah. Yep.
Have I your word on that?
Uh-huh.
And yours, Wilkins? Good.
They're coming into town now, sir.
Well, gentlemen, you'll have to excuse me. I have an important engagement. Right, Running dear, turn all those chaps loose.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You rope her, Sheriff. You picking on taping her, Sheriff?
Howdy, Sheriff.
I say, my dear old boy. Clean at last. Oh, slight problem. Won't be a moment.
I want you to pump this here organ like you never pumped it before. I want this golden notes to go soaring over the whole territory, because this here is a joyous occasion. A joyous occasion. She ain't changed her mind, has she?
No. At a wedding, old boy, it's customary for the bride to walk down the aisle on the arm of her father.
Why are you going to get her a father?
Just for the ceremony, I've lent her mine.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here together to join in holy wedlock, this fair, pure flower of the prairie, and this... have you got the ring?
Oh, yes, of course.
I pronounce you man and wife.
Injuns.
No, darling. Relatives.
Oh.